What's up, fantasy champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hookup just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.
Hey guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to MK Headlines episode number 26. How you guys doing? We're going to start this off, but first, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, smash that like button, share out the content. Every little bit helps. Hashtag road to 2K. The movement is real. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff. And I'm actually joined by my guy, who's actually a Denver Nuggets fan. So it's going to be very fun to talk about. And here's my guy, Jeremy Gage. Yo.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Yo, so how does it feel to be back? I just want to know.
It feels good. Feels good. It's I had to go away for a little bit. I had to get my life right and make a career choice for now. And did that, got it all lined up, so I'm back.
There you go, man. I saw your live play-by-plays over there. I see it.
Yeah, I had to cut mine a little bit short last night. My wife was she's struggling with long COVID a little bit, so I had to go take care of her. She was kind of at a bad point last night, so I had to have Coach Dante take over, but luckily he did, and she's feeling better already, so we're good. I'll be back on later on tonight to do the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, okay.
Game 5 doing it with Coach Dante.
Nice. I saw the pieces.
Yeah.
I saw the pieces, but I'm actually doing the Sixers and Heat Game 5.
Oh, so, nice. That'll be good.
So, you're a Nuggets fan, right?
Yep. Sure
So
am.
I just gotta ask you, man. How did Jokic win MVP over Embiid?
It's very simple. He took his team to the playoffs without their two best max players being completely out. I mean, if you look at the supporting cast of what Nikola Jokic had, it was no near the supporting cast that Joel Embiid had. Joel Embiid had a way better, more supporting cast than Nikola Jokic did. And Nikola Jokic really didn't even start getting help until we signed DeMarcus Cousins. And he was on a couple of 10 days. Then we eventually signed him to the rest of the season. So he had everybody with the likes of, Will Barton, I'm trying to think of that whole starting five. COVID brain's got me, but he didn't have as much help as Joel Embiid did at times. I mean, you got to remember Joel Embiid. I understand Ben Simmons did not play for most of the season, and yeah, there was that whole drama and everything. But he eventually got James Harden, and you see how well the two of them are working now. Ever since he came back, they're working pretty well now. And I think
now in the playoffs, but during the season, James Harden was just like, he was inconsistent at times. He wasn't shooting right. And before that, I mean, like when you take Embiid off, we're a lottery team. We're basically a lottery time. What it's up, man. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like button.
I think the ultimate deciding factor that made the decision for Nikola Jokic to become MVP was the first player to have 2,000 points, 1,000 assists, and 500 rebounds ever in NBA history. I think that was the deciding factor. It was like, how are you gonna beat that? And it is an individual performance. This is an individual award. Because without, you could make the argument that without Joel, if those two guys, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, switched, are the Nuggets still making the playoffs? Yeah, they are. Joel Embiid. Look, I got a lot of respect for Joel Embiid. I have no hate towards Joel Embiid. Yeah, I really don't at all. He's a prolific athlete. He is the heart and soul of the Philadelphia 76ers. No doubt about it. But when you're putting up historical figures like Nikola Jokic and you're putting up the nights that he literally carried his team. Literally carried his team to the playoffs. The Nuggets don't even win 35 games without Nikola Jokic.
Same with Embiid. You could say the same exact thing.
Exactly. So but I think the ultimate deciding factor that pushed it over the hill was the whole 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists. First ever in NBA history. I think that's what pushed it over the edge.
It is. I mean, when you go stats wise, but when you go by the eye test here on both sides of the ball, you got Embiid is better on the defensive side of the ball.
Like, absolutely.
There are times where, correct me if I'm wrong here, they had to take Jokic out because of defense, right? Am I right? Or
that was more so probably foul trouble than defensively. But Nikola Jokic is. If you're saying that Nikola Jokic is not as a premier defensive player as Joel Embiid is, I'll agree with you. Yeah, he's not great defensively. A lot of players on the Nuggets aren't, and that's why they struggled so often as they did. That's why Nikola Jokic would put up 40, 15, and 12, and the Nuggets would still lose by 20 because we had no defensive players at all. Like, it's just, I by no means do, and I just want everybody to, I just want everybody to know that, because everybody wants to make this argument that. Somehow I've been seeing a lot of rhetoric lately that the NBA has an affinity for Nikola Jokic. I don't see how that's possibly true because, quite honestly, to be completely honest, Nikola Jokic can care less about these awards. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. Right now, Nikola Jokic is he's in Serbia right now with his horses and his family. He is nowhere near an NBA arena right now. He just had a child. He doesn't care. He doesn't like. I've heard through numerous sources that he's had numerous offers to do commercials, make a ton more money, and he's turned them all down because he's just not into the whole being that big personality type that you see a lot of NBA stars being. He's just not into that. And that's what I like about him more than anything. He's just a blue collar guy who puts on his jersey, clocks in, and gets it done. And he does his job and he goes back to his home country and he doesn't want anything else more than that. He just loves the game of basketball.
Yeah, I can agree.
It's just plain straightforward like that. And I understand why everybody. I know they're not even a playoff team. I get it, but I really think it was the whole 2,000, 1,500.
Yeah,
You're not
especially
you
numbers.
can't argue with that. It is because it's an individual award. It's an individual award based on an individual's performance to his team, most valuable. I think Nikola Jokic is way more valuable to the Nuggets than Joel Embiid is to the Sixers. I just
I
do.
mean, with Embiid, it's just like he's the heart and soul of this team. I'm not talking about the playoffs here. I mean, you've
No.
seen it against the Heat. You've seen it against the Heat with his eye banks, concussion protocol, and all this.
Yeah, he
That
changes
terrible.
the whole entire chemistry of a team.
Yeah,
You've seen it. You've seen it. You just seen it when he came back against the Heat and how it rallied that whole entire team. He made James Harden way better of a player than he has been in the last 5 years. He has. Like he's regenerated that whole locker room. I'm not doubting that here, but I think if you want my opinion as to why, I think that's why. I really do.
I mean, hey, can we just understand the fact that these centers are 1s and 2s when it comes to MVPs? Like, you usually see guards. I mean,
I wouldn't even say that, Mitch. I'd say 1 and 1A. I wouldn't even say 1 and 2. It's like 1 and 1A, because it is that close. I think. I mean, I really do think it's that close. Had Nikola Jokic not put up those, I mean, it was like almost every other week too. I mean, Key is Key in here? No, I don't know. But
Yeah,
Key knows. Key, I was sending her pictures of Nikola Jokic is the first player since Wilt Chamberlain to do this. He's the only player since Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson to do this. It was all season long. He was just making history all season long individually.
Yeah, and you also have to say the fact that Embiid is the scoring champ. So I guess the scoring champ doesn't mean anything, I guess now, because usually with MVP, you usually the scoring champ, and then you get the MVP to go along with it. But I guess it doesn't
typically
matter
that's how it went. I don't think it matters like that anymore. Plus, I do think that Denver not being a playoff team and the NBA knowing that maybe probably had a little bit of something to do with it. Knowing that the Sixers were going to go further than the Nuggets, obviously, and they have, and they are. I mean, just by default, they're already in the second round, and they're on the. What's that series? Is it still tied at 2, or did the Sixers take it later?
2-2. It's 2-2.
Okay. Well, it seems like the momentum is swinged in the Sixers' way. It's swung in the Sixers' way, and they're probably going to eliminate the Heat and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that probably may have had something to do with it, but ultimately, I think it comes down to all the history that Nikola Jokic made all season long.
I mean, hey, Jokic is making history. I've said that time and time again, but I just feel like Joel Embiid is just being overlooked by the people. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
And it's just but the same thing could be said, when like Jordan and everybody else was back in that day. How many people overlooked maybe the talent of any other player when Jordan was around and Jordan got the MVP, or Kobe. There were a lot of other talent. There was Allen Iverson when Kobe was around, but Kobe got the MVP, and I'm pretty sure you guys were pissed about that AI didn't get the MVP.
Young. I was too young. I was
but I'm pretty sure Sixers fans were feeling that way about AI. I'm sure Kings fans were feeling that way about Chris Webber. There was a ton of talent back then, and whoever got the MVP that year, I'm sure there was a fan base that was pissed off. Sixers fans are pissed off, rightfully so. I mean, I get it. You guys feel like you're robbed, but guess what? You have a chance. You have more of a chance at an NBA title than the Nuggets do this year.
Yeah,
you do.
I mean,
you're 2 wins away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
I mean, I would put a lot more of my energy and stock into that than than being pissed off about an individual award, because at the end of the day, if you guys raise the trophy, then what does this all matter? Probably nothing.
Hey, I agree with you. I'm just saying here, it's just like I'm getting sick and tired of it, but hey, it is what it is.
Well,
I'm not knocking Jokic.
I think Embiid will get his MVP next year because Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray will come back, and I think Jokic will push a lot of his load off on those two guys. So I don't think he's gonna. He just signed Bright because two of the max players were out. It was just that simple. Like he had to.
I think you're muted. Something happened. Can't hear you now. I can't hear you now. I got nothing.
There we go. How was that?
Yeah, that's better. That's
Okay.
better. I don't know what happened there, but we're all good. We're all good. But yeah. And by the way, tell everyone in the chat about your channel and what you do.
So yeah, I'm Jeremy Case. I'm with the Case by Case Sports Show. I do basically live play-by-play and analysis. Mostly I'll do it for the Denver Broncos, Denver Nuggets, and the San Francisco Giants. I'm trying to expand my my expertise in announcing to hockey, but hockey's really hard to do play-by-play for. It's extremely hard, so I'm kind of practicing on that. But yeah, I was recently with the Spotlight Sports Network for a good amount of last year, and then I kind of had to leave because I had to make some, career choices and life decisions. I had to get my life straight. Did that. Now I'm back.
It's all good. It's all good.
I understand. Look, listen. I understand the heat. It's the way that us Nuggets fans feel about Nick Wright or Nick Wrong or whoever the hell that guy is, because that's who I kept saying about Nick Wright is, who the hell is this dude? Because he's the only one that
no. This guy's just a Knicks fan. Don't even bother. He's a Knicks fan and Giants fan. So don't even bother.
I get the whole East Coast West Coast thing. I get that a lot of East Coast people are pissed off at people of the West Coast. I get it. I understand it. I completely get it. But when it comes down to what was the ultimate factor of deciding of what this award, who it went to, it just came down to history and statistics, really.
Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm not mad. Yeah. I like Jokic. I actually do.
People I dig him a lot. The fact that he's a guy that doesn't want all the glitz and glamour, and he's just a blue collar dude that just comes in and does his job and leaves and doesn't care about anything else. I love that more than I like an overdramatic diva. Because it makes it, to me, being that big personality over dramatic diva, it just bites you in the ass late in your career. Because now look at James Harden. Like, before he started being good, he was complaining and whining and giving every excuse not to play. He would just sit on the bench and it's like, I'm done because he's not getting 18 whistles a game. It's like these guys, a lot of these guys with these big egos are not humble. Okay, right. Yeah, you guys didn't steal Melo from us. Melo decided to go to New York. It's not stealing. And by the way, you could have Carmelo Anthony, because I don't want anything to do with him. We got a better number 15, and he's wearing it right now.
That is true.
Nikola Jokic's jersey will be the only number 15 that goes in the rafters of Ball Arena.
So I gotta ask you. I'm actually curious about this. Who's your favorite Denver Nuggets player of all time?
Of all time, it's probably going to be Dikembe.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Nobody could do what he did defensively. He was the only man. No, he wasn't the only man. Actually, that was Akeem Olajuwon. But he stood up to Jordan a couple of times. What's going on, Jake? How's it going, man? He stood up to Michael Jordan in his prime a couple of times.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
He was one of only few men to do that, and a lot of people forget that about Dikembe. And he was just a really great, paint defender. He was just great, man. I have several great Denver Nuggets players. I can't just name one, but if I have to go to one, it's Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay.
Obviously. Yeah.
So for me, I got to go with over Alex English.
I mean, I get it. Alex English, he led the 1980s in scoring. He was a prolific scorer. But if you're looking at who made the biggest impact in Denver Nuggets franchise besides Carmelo Anthony, it was Dikembe. It really was. Alex English, yes. But the problem with Alex is he got hurt way too late in his career and kind of did him in. Mm-hmm. But I like Alex English too. I mean, it's legit. Listen, like there's no Denver Nugget that I don't like any less than the other. J.R. Smith, good Lord.
Like for me, maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I gotta go with Iverson. He's my favorite Denver Nugget player.
Of course. How would I expect anything less?
I mean, it's either Iverson, Carmelo, or I have to go with the Dikembe also.
So here's my biggest thing with Carmelo. I used to love Carmelo. right up until he left.
Right.
And the reason why I don't like Carmelo is because he lied to us. He lied to us completely.
Yeah.
He was asked point blank at a press conference like 2 weeks before he was traded, "Did you ask for a trade?" And he goes, "No, I didn't ask for a trade." That's bullshit. That's a lie, because he clearly did, because his wife wanted out, and he used his wife as an influence to get out of Denver, because Lala wanted to go back to New York and do the MTV thing and all this and that. And that's what pissed me off more than anything, is that he lied, and he was like, "I'll be a Denver Nugget forever," and he just lied. And then he keeps backhanding Denver in all of his interviews. How could you say that you enjoyed your time in New York more than you did in Denver? You went to the playoffs 7 straight years and came off the heels of going to a Western Conference final. How could you say that roster in New York City, they only made 1 playoff appearance while his whole time there, and that was in the first round and bounced out? Like, how could you say you enjoyed that more than going to the postseason 7 straight years, being really competitive, winning 60+ games a year in a heavily touted Western Conference, and you like that more? You like New York more.
But how far did the
Denver.
Knicks get with him? They didn't get
didn't-
far at all.
They traded all their best assets to us for Melo. Every good asset they had, they traded for Melo. Danilo Gallinari, all those guys.
There
They
were
all
so
came
many.
here.
I can't name them all.
And guess what? They lit it up after Melo too. They still made the playoffs for a couple years after Melo left too. So, I mean, yes, I understand it's a big market, but at the same time, you guys have a trash basketball team. And again, it like shows year in and year out, man. Knicks can't even sniff the playoffs, even if they tried.
No.
Like,
And it's actually sad too, because I'm actually friends with the Knicks GM's daughter. So I grew up with I talk to him now. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's sad.
when you have Stephen A telling Spike Lee not to go because they're garbage, I mean, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole spiel on Melo.
Yeah, I respect that. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming on here.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you, Mitch. I
the
appreciate
first time actually meeting you, just talking about this, and I just know you had a lot of stuff coming off your chest about this whole thing. So it's just let it out.
And hey, it's just when I just want everybody to know it's 1 year. Okay. Yes, it was back to back, but it's 1 year. Joel Embiid will have his time. Trust me, he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? The fact that, this guy is resilient as hell. I have all the respect. I mean, this guy can probably barely see out of his eye right now and is dealing with a whole bunch of other injuries, and he's still leading his team past a really amazing number 1 seeded in the Eastern Conference Miami Heat team. Remember that. There's something to be said for that. And if he carries them to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's going to be amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment. Philadelphia 76ers fans, you have nothing to be mad about right now. You shouldn't. You shouldn't at all.
Actually, it's not him. It's the owner, I guess. Leon. It's not the owner. He's the GM. Leon Rose is your freaking GM. Like, what the hell? You don't even know your own team.
Guy's a troll.
Yeah, like really. But
yeah,
thank
so
you for coming on, man.
Don't
really
be mad. It's 1 year. Joel Embiid will have his time.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. And I just want to say this one thing. This whole Ben Simmons thing, that's the worst take ever. Like, come on now.
Is he seriously wanting out of New York now? Out of Brooklyn?
I don't even know.
Because the last I heard, he was telling the Nets that he's not going to play. Which is like, if that's the truth, then that is a terrible move by the Brooklyn Nets, and you guys won that trade because at least you got something out of James Harden.
Yeah.
At least you guys got something out of James Harden out of that trade. Good riddance, Ben Simmons, man. That guy.
I guess we did win the trade.
Yeah, because if Ben Simmons is really going to do that, then you guys won that trade, man. And good riddance, man. He seems like I kind of respect Ben Simmons because he's a guy who marches to the beat of his own drum, but at the same time, you got to get on the floor and prove it. You can't just sit on the bench for the rest of your life. I understand he's got a mental block, but piss or get off the pot. It's that simple. You got to get out there and either try to get over it or you just don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other
If
way to say it.
and these guys need to start realizing that if they don't start playing, or they don't rise to their full potential, nobody's going to want you anymore. Because the minute that word gets around that you don't play nice with others in the NBA, you're done. You're done. And there's probably ways that the Brooklyn Nets, there's probably language in that contract saying that if he doesn't play a certain amount of games, they don't have to pay him, so he could be done.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, Mitch, I'm going to get out of here. I know you have your show. Thank you so much for having me on, brother. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem, man. We'll talk. We'll talk. Beach,
Bye.
man. Have a good one. So that's my guy Jeremy from the Spotlight Sports Network. Please subscribe to him. The links are in the description below. Please do. And I'm actually friends with Leon Rose's daughter, not the other guy. So it's Leon Rose. So the Sixers are playing the Heat tonight. Sixers are playing the Heat, right? This is the most important game right now. This game right now is probably more important than we were down 0-2. Because if we lose this game, I still have the Sixers in 7, but it's just like, dude, we got the momentum's on his side. We got everything to say, and it's just like, yeah, almighty, yeah, he was my neighbor. Yeah, I went to school with his daughter. Yes. But yeah, it's crazy. Like the fact that we're in this position right now, the Sixers, the fact that we're in this position right now, it's a blessing in disguise. If you told me before this series happened, that Embiid would have an orbital fracture, a mild concussion, a torn ligament in his thumb, and he's still playing the game. Like, yeah, it's just like, it's crazy how Joel Embiid is doing that. Yeah, they were my neighbors. So, it's just like, yeah, right. Yeah, so the way to win this game, quite simple. I want to talk about the role players first. We get James Harden, we get Joel Embiid, we get Maxey, we get Danny Green, we get Tobias, right? We get those. Well, Danny Green you're going to throw in there, but the role players have to step up. The role players have to step up. Because if Georges Niang goes 0 for 6 again from 3, there's no way that we're going to win this game. We need everybody to help us. That's why I'm scared about this game. That is why I'm scared about this game. That's why I'm scared. I'm not scared of the Miami Heat. I'm scared of us. I'm scared of the Philadelphia 76ers doing that, messing up. I'm scared of Doc Rivers. I'm scared of everybody here, Sixers wise. You can't mess up here. Guys, we need more likes. We only got 6. We need more likes, guys. We need more likes. We need more people in here. Share this out. And Joel Embiid is going to go off. What is up, Ultimate Sports? What is up? Make sure you like it, share it, all that stuff. Everything helps. Every little bit helps. Joel Embiid is going to go off tonight. And it's just something how don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear because if you do, you will not look good. So, yeah, Joel Embiid is going to be a beast tonight. He's going to be a beast. It's just proven. Like, whenever he gets angry, look out. Look out. Look out. Miami can't stop Embiid. Miami can't stop Embiid. It's facts. Oh, yeah. John Morant's not playing in game 4. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm going live for that game tonight. I'm going live for the Sixers. It's gonna be something, guys. It's gonna be something. I just can't wait for the game. Yo, what is up, Jay? Make sure you like it. Make sure you like the stream. Share it out. Every little bit helps. I'm gonna be here for like less than a half hour, and then I'm going live for the Sixers game at 7:30. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Jimmy Butler, can he score 40 again? Probably not. I don't think Jimmy Butler can score 40 again. I don't. And they don't have Kyle Lowry. Miami Heat don't have Kyle Lowry. They just don't have Kyle Lowry. So, is that a big blow to them? No. No, I don't think so. They're a very deep team. Tyler Hero can play that spot. So, it's going to be fun for this game. It's going to be very fun. And just can't wait. Sixers have to win. They have to win right here, right now. Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Me and my guy Jeremy, we were just talking about that. Second to fourth after Hart. Yeah. Yeah, if we did not get Harden, Embiid would have gotten it. Embiid would have gotten it. So, it is what it is. So, it's going to be something. But Tobias Harris here. I have to give credit to Tobias Harris. Like, this guy has turned over a new leaf. It's crazy how Tobias Harris is playing. It's just like we all thought he was washed. He couldn't play too much. But look at him now. Look at Tobias Harris now, bro. Just look at Tobias Harris now. Would I still want him traded because of the contract wise? Yes. If he was cheaper, I would keep him. If he were cheaper, I would keep him. Tobias Harris, man. Really, he's been getting to the right spots. He's been doing everything. Tobias Harris is if the Sixers could finish above the Bucks, Embiid would be without. Yep. Yeah. If we did not get Harden, he would have gotten it. Hold on. Guys, I'm looking up something real quick. Let me see. There's no freaking way. The hell? The hell? What? And what did I get? Hold on, what did I get? Look, it's crazy. Yeah. So, give me your takes about the Sixers tonight, guys. I want to know your takes on the Sixers tonight. Give me your takes. Score predictions, whatever you want to say. Yeah, give me your takes, guys. Give me your takes, and then we're going to go right to the Eagles because there's something I want to talk about when it comes to the Eagles. So, give me your takes about the Sixers. Yeah, it's no freaking way. Yeah, if the Sixers lose tonight, still got the Sixers in 7, like I said before. It's just one of those, yeah, it's just one of those games. Guys, I need 2 more likes here. 2 more likes, I need more views. Come on, let's get this going. Look, you know what? Let's just go right to the Eagles because there's stuff I want to talk about when it comes to the Eagles. When it comes to... Oh, not the... Oh, shoot. Yeah, when it comes to the Eagles, guys, there's just one player I want to talk about, and that is A.J. Brown. Because, in my opinion, A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in this division. A.J. Brown's the best wide receiver in this division. It's close between him and CeeDee Lamb, but when you look at the stats, it favors in CeeDee Lamb. It really does. I mean, it favors in A.J. Brown. Geez. A.J. Brown has more seasons with 1,000 yards. When he was injured, he had 869. He's the best receiver in this division. It's facts. It really is facts. Sixers could use... Yes, that's another thing I wanted to say. They could definitely use the 3-2 lead. They can definitely use that. And, yeah, it's crazy. I originally had Miami winning the whole thing. Or going to the finals and losing. I had Miami. But we're on to the Eagles. And A.J. Brown has so much to back up on. Here, let me pull up the stats here. I'm going to pull up the stats for A.J. Brown. Let's see. Don't judge. Yeah, I know. We got to end this series sooner rather than later. This is A.J. Brown. Oh, shoot. What the hell? Here we go. Yeah. A.J. Brown, guys. Look. His rookie year, 1,051. Second year, 1,075. 869 because he was injured all those times. If this reached 1,000 yards right here, if that reached 1,000 yards, that would have been insane. And then you guys are going to tell me that Ryan Tannehill is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, accuracy-wise, and all that. You may be right. You may be right. But it's just the working. A.J. Brown is committed, playing with his best friend. Like, it's working right now. It really is. It's just. Yeah. A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in the NFC East. And he didn't even play a single down yet. He didn't even play a single down yet. And for the NFC East. And he's the best wide receiver. That's just amazing. And it's just amazing. Like, you can say CeeDee Lamb is right there. And I know Cowboys fans are going to hate me when I say this. But A.J. Brown had less catches than CeeDee Lamb, but more yards. What does that tell you? He has less catches, but more yards. So you got to put that into consideration as well. Like, the yards per catch, yards after catch, the yak. Like, we got to look at that. We got to look at the yak. Hold on. We got to look at the yak. Yards receiving per reception. Receiving yards per game. Here we go. Nope. Catch percentage 61, 66, 60. That's pretty dang good. Targets 84, 106, 105. Like, he's getting around 100 targets per season. And that's something. Because he's a number one. We actually have a solidified. Yo, what up, man? Make sure you like it and share out the stream. We actually have a legitimate wide receiver one. And people are going to say, well, CeeDee Lamb is not. Well, he is the wide receiver one, but there's other options. So he's not getting all those receptions. But I'm like, when you're the number one receiver, don't you get more yards? Yo, Robert, if you want to come in for a little bit, you can. We could talk about this. So if you want to come in, Robert, for like 15 minutes, you're more than come in, hop on. But yeah, I really think A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in the division. I really think that. You can clip that. You can say whatever you want. You know what? I'm going to go bigger screen here. A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in the NFC East. And here we go. Here's my guy, Robert. Let me go like this. Yo.
Yeah, what's good, Mitch?
So let me see. How do you like the desk? How do you like the chair?
A lot better than using a steel chair. I can tell you that.
Now, can you move your webcam down a little bit? Because it's like, there we go. That's better. That's better. No green screen.
Actually, I took it down because I just had another idea to start moving my jerseys from where I had my old setup and hang it up right behind me.
So are they hanging up, or did you like?
I
Needle?
literally have them on hangers, but I have like I have like still have thumbtacks on the walls. I'll just start
Oh,
sticking around on top of there.
nice. Like for me here, there's like a bar up there where the backdrop is, so I got a hanger. Whoop. So during my first episode of Fly Like an Eagle podcast, my main topic was AJ Brown. Do you think AJ Brown is the best wide receiver in this league, in this division?
Absolutely. I mean, for a guy who's 24, has definitely could have more than 1,000, has a couple thousand yards receiving yards in his career. I mean, it's really hands down, and he's still got a lot more to go in his career. So he's still young, which is really crazy to think about.
Here, I'm gonna pull up the stats again. God dang it! Why did I stop sharing? God dang it, but, dude! I did one stream before this. I've got. Are you doing the Sixers tonight?
Yeah, me and my buddy Tyler calling the game tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing it too.
I think everybody's doing it tonight.
Yeah. Eagles winning the division.
That's hands down.
Very possible.
The way I see the NFC, what's good, man? What's good, Jay? Well, the way I see the NFC East is going to be, I think the Giants and the Washington, that could be an easy battle for a close second.
Yeah. So,
second and third.
AJ Brown, look at he's receiving, right? 1,051 his rookie year, 1,075, 869. Robert, I know where you're going with that, but I'm just saying.
I know you, Mitch. I know you better than anybody. But the yards, it's impressive to see someone as young as AJ Brown still have a better yards after receiving. You know, rookie year 20.2, sophomore season 15.4. The fact he can still get into that category is impressive.
Yeah. And you want to hear something funny? I talked to my buddy Tyler before I went live with this, and AJ Brown has less receptions than CeeDee Lamb, but he's got more yards. That's impressive in itself.
Well, you got to think of this too, Mitch. Tennessee is a run first offense. Everything goes through Derrick Henry. But yeah, like you said, he may have gotten less catches, but he has a lot more yards with those less receiving catches.
Yep, and he made the Pro Bowl last year, or in 2020.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, so he made it. He's a Pro Bowler, but here's the thing I'm kind of concerned about. I looked it up on Fly Like an Eagle podcast I'm doing. He's injury prone. He had like 6 injuries within 2 years. Does that concern you a little bit?
A little bit, but I don't think it's going to be that much to worry if he stays healthy. I think we have 2 number ones right there on the outside, and have Quez Watkins as our slot guy.
Yeah. It's just dude, he's got bad knees. He's got a bad leg. It concerns me, but it's just like you got to take the risk, and that's what Howie Roseman did. He was aggressive in a draft. He actually traded up. He made a trade. He did 2 trades on the first night of draft, and it's just like, bro, he knows what he's doing now. I can finally say that.
Shockingly.
For me, yeah, exactly. And for me, I'm just like, bro, we got something here. We got something. And
Absolutely.
People are going to say, who's throwing him the ball? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And I'm like, bro, you know how tired I am of hearing that?
You and me both.
Voice for Life texts me that every day. He's like, dude, is your quarterback throwing the ball today? I'm like, when do you stop?
Not gonna lie, I like his sense of humor though. I do enjoy his sense of humor.
Yeah, me too. But it's just like, it gets annoying, man. It gets annoying. But look, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts and his accuracy with AJ Brown? Because AJ Brown has a really great catch radius, which means if it's like to the left, mine. If it goes up, mine. Diagonal, mine. Like,
yeah, he's your 50-50 guy.
Yes, he's your 50-50.
He's like that Alshon Jeffrey. For example, when we had Alshon Jeffrey, he's that Alshon Jeffrey type of kind of receiver, which is something that we really needed. I mean, we got Devontae and Quez who are speedy guys, and we need a 50-50 guy, and that's where AJ Brown comes into play. So Either way, I'm really liking it.
There we go. Henry opened up the passing game. Eagles have to implement that.
It's most likely that's what we're going to do.
Yes, but
Fall
here's
off
the
of last
thing.
year.
Our running back room is nowhere near as good as Derrick Henry. It's nowhere as near.
There's no running back in the world that's going to pale.
Jonathan Taylor.
That's a close. But other than Jonathan Taylor is probably the only exception. But everything else, anybody else after that is pretty much like dust to King Henry.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually talking about this. I forget with who, but if you were doing fantasy football and you had the first pick, would you take Derrick Henry or would you take Jonathan Taylor?
Oh, because they're both the same. They're kind of. I want to say Jonathan Taylor, and I'm not going to say. I mean, both are good running backs, despite the fact that Derrick Henry had an injury later in the season, which kind of cost him some times, and Taylor had stayed healthy through the entire year. So I would say I would have taken Taylor because of him staying healthy throughout the entire 17 game season, I should say. Can't believe it's all fucking 17 games, but either way, there's no wrong answer there.
There is not. But here's what my buddy Tyler. I can't believe when I say Tyler, I have to go my buddy. Because
Tyler.
Yeah.
Just say that.
Like he had the most rushing yards in the league by far before he got injured.
I think Henry was on the pace for another 2,000-yard season.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
He was because I think he's close.
There's very few running backs in NFL history has reached over. I know Barry Sanders is part of that list because I know he has. I can't think of those who. That's a very short list. So I mean, Jonathan Taylor, I think he can do it. I think Henry and Taylor can do it. I think those are the two guys I think can at least get 2,000 yards. Easy.
And dude, my tweet is blowing up right now. It's AJ Brown, the best wide receiver in the NFC East. And I got this quote tweet that said, no, not yet. Hell yeah. Finally, the worst take ever. CeeDee Lamb is damn good, but I would say yes, if not tied. CeeDee and him are close.
I mean, look, CeeDee's good, but let's be real, he hasn't really shown of what from what I saw from CeeDee Lamb in college, I mean, I really don't see. And that's the thing too. When CeeDee Lamb came into the league, I really don't see the hype behind CeeDee Lamb. I really, truly don't. But I think, and look, he may not have. I don't see the hype, but I'm not discrediting that CeeDee Lamb is a good wide receiver, but he's nowhere close to AJ Brown. I'm sorry, but
he's not. And when I was in my chat talking about it in Fly Like an Eagle podcast episode 1, you guys can see it. It's on my channel. But I forget who said it. I think it was Raphael. He said Devontae Smith is better than AJ Brown. And I'm like, bro. His future could be better. But now, no.
I mean, we still got either way. We still got two probably great number one receivers in the NFC East.
When was the last time that happened?
We haven't had that in a while, so I can tell it's been a year off the top of my head.
Wait, the Super Bowl year?
I mean, for me, I feel like Alshon was probably a close number one, but Alshon was number 2.
Right. Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, it's been a while since even though 2017 has been it feels like it's been a lot longer than it should have been. But that's where I was kind of going with that, because it's like we haven't really had this kind of talent on the wide receiver. The fact we have a 3-headed monster at the wide receiver position is something we haven't had in a while.
Yep. Jalen's running can help the pass. That is true. That is very true. But you're good.
And I made a video about it. I made a video about it on Hurts too, like the certain key areas. Obviously, deep ball accuracy, and just reading his progressions. If he doesn't do that, I think Halvin might be start looking next year to get a quarterback, because next year's quarterback class is going to be stacked. I mean, CJ Stroud.
You got Bryce Young,
CJ Stroud so far as the two names that stand out in that draft class. Because right now, it's who knows who's going to be coming out of that draft class. So to
Right. Dude, this draft, only one quarterback was taken in the first round. Or was there two?
one, that was Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
He went to the Steelers, which, if you think about it, it does make sense. But that's a huge question mark for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And my buddy Secret Underdog, he loves the Steelers. And that's always been like, it's just like, you either. So I think, who else is that? Who's else in that quarterback room with the Pittsburgh Steelers? I know you got Kenny Pickett.
Mitch Trubisky.
God, Trubisky's there with the Steelers.
Another quarterback. I forget who.
Who? I mean,
so basically, they had me against Pickett. Yes, the white Jew would take the first job. But
by the way, too, I just got a good, nice selfie tripod stick with LED lights.
Oh, there you go. I was waiting to get something like that.
Yeah, because since having a 40-inch desk, huge shout out to Amazon, by the way. I actually got it for like $75 off Amazon.
I mean,
this chair was actually $45. I got this chair for $45. So pretty much altogether, I pretty much paid a little bit over $130 for the two of them. Easy setup.
How's the chair?
It's which I kind of found out it was actually a massage chair, which I didn't really.
What?
It's a massage chair.
No fucking way.
It is a massage chair. Even though Amazon mislabeled it as a PC office gaming chair, when I looked at the box, it's like, that's a massage chair. But it's still the same chair as advertised, even though it had a clickbait name. God. Either way, it's better than sitting in the steel chair that I had before.
I've been telling you that for God knows how long. But do you still have that steel chair?
Actually, it's outside my room.
Oh, okay. All right. But look, I can't wait for AJ Brown. I mean, dude, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. I still can't believe this.
I mean,
another thing, Rager's not going to be playing.
Hey, that's all we care about. Other than that, I mean, I feel like we're like living in the Matrix, basically.
That is true. But it's just like, bro, Rager is not playing, and you see him posting pictures on Twitter of him working out. I hate this.
Absolutely.
Last thing before we close it off. Is it a Philly thing? Why do we get players with mental? It's like, why? Ben Simmons, Carson Wentz, Jalen Rager. Why?
Well, the thing, I mean, look, Carson Wentz never had the mental issues till after, get selected with Jalen Hurts. If you think about it, because actually he's been pretty decent for the last 3 years, and despite let's be real, the dude's made out of glass at this point.
Yeah.
But I'll say this too. I don't think Carson Wentz is even with Carson Wentz's time here, I don't think he was that bad. I think it was just unfortunate some of the injuries that had caught up to him, and obviously him putting on weight really helped. I thought that was detrimental to his mobility. Because if you think about it, if you looked at this mobility, obviously only 2016 was not the best year for the Eagles, but 2017 under that MVP year, like I think Carson Wentz was pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But ever since, the ACL tear, the herniated disc in his back, the concussion, which, let's be real, I hold my hand up to that. I was really I was super concerned. Like that scared me. But ever since then, it's just like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't think it's a Philly thing. It's just how certain players act.
It's a coincidence.
Something like that. I mean, think about this too. I mean, it can't be worse than Kyrie Irving being like a flat earther, all this crazy BS bullshit.
Oh God. But yeah, guys, that's going to conclude MK Headlines episode number 26. Robert, thank you for coming on, bro.
Absolutely.
You just hopped right in. That was perfect. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go live again in an hour for the Sixers' third live stream today. I'm just trying to get 3,000 watch hours. I'm like 19 away. 19 watch hours. But how close are you to 2K watch hours? You got to be close.
I'm getting close to 2K.
You got to be close.
Because right now, I think I crossed a little bit over the 1,400. I think close to a little bit over 1,400.
Okay, yeah, you're like right there. But,
yeah, very close.
You're right there. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next stream in an hour. Oh my god, I'm getting exhausted. But anyways, catch you all on the flippity flop. And peace. Have a good one.